What's going on, guys? It's a little hot outside today, but I wanted to do a little video for you, and something I've been wanting to see on my little chopper build here is the 16 back on it instead of the 21. I'm going to swap this front wheel out, and the headlight is a little guide driving light from the original FLH. So with the 16, I want to see how it looks with that and the original nacelle and the big, I believe it's a 7-inch headlight on there. So let's pop this wheel off, swap the brake rotor, and shouldn't take long. I ran into just a little bit of a problem when I was switching the rotor. I only have one set of the special bolts. I have an extra rotor, but I don't have the bolts to keep a rotor on both wheels at the same time. So I noticed I had two little sheet metal shims, to shim the rotor on my 21, but I didn't have a mark like they were on there on my 16. And I couldn't imagine where those shims would have come from, except for on my 16. But it's a little bit tight on my brake pad there. There was a gap, to the left here for a second, but there was no gap on this side. It's just telling me that the rotor is spaced out just a hair too far. I'm going to go ahead and take those shims back out. I could see on my hub, on the rust print, it didn't look like there were any shims where my rotor used to be originally. This was the original wheel off the bike. So let me switch that. I got to take the wheel back off and take the rotor back off, get rid of those shims. Here's that shim that I took out. It looks to be about, I don't know, 100 thousandths or so. It's not real thick. It probably was on this bike. It's strange that that hub has marks from the rotor. Without this, that could have been from the stock brakes. But when I take this out, it feels about the same, because now it's rubbing on the other side. I don't know if I can get you to look at this. There you go. You can kind of see daylight now on the as you're looking at it to your right. Now it's up against the pad on that side, so it's not too bad. When I bought this bike, it had these GMA calipers on there. Pads and the tires all looked brand new, so it's possible that they could have set it up and just not quite set it up right. And it seems like I need about half of this, so maybe a 30 to 50 thousandths shim would put me just right on those brakes. If anything, I'll just put my 21 back on. That shim on this hub, it worked excellent. My spacing was just right. I had no drag on my brakes whatsoever with the 21. It would just spin freely. The 16, I can't really remember what it felt like. It was jacked up. I think it was free spinning, but we'll get it right. And here it is with the 16. Now I have the matching vintage Coker Firestones front and back. Looks pretty good like this too. I still want to see it with the nacelle and the big full-size 7-inch light on like this. I'm kind of torn between running the fat tire with the small headlight or the fat front tire with the big shroud and the big headlight. So let me swap it out and show you, and tell me what you think in the comments. Took her down the street for a little different scenery, but I've got the big 7-inch headlight and nacelle on there, and personally I think it is hideous. I don't like it at all. Like a big old bug-eyed thing or something like that. The fat tire looks great, but the nacelle and it just doesn't work with the tank and chopper fender and everything, in my opinion. The handlebars are probably the biggest thing. They're too narrow for the big nacelle. So anyway, here it is. So take a little ride around the block now, show off my ugly headlight, and